you don't remember where we last left off, you all barely ended a fight with pretty major casualty with a pair that became a trio, then went back down to a pair, then died down to one ochre jellies. And here we are. You all are back up on your feet. What would you like to do?
You good, Thorn?
Thorn is okay.
Okay. Because there's another one we have to go kill.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to just leave, but if you want to go in there, by all means.
Considering we made a promise to them to get both of them, we should
Promise.
probably fulfill.
I don't know about promise. That's a very strong word.
You're not very much of a hero, are you?
Oh, is that a requirement?
I believe it's your own requirement since you're trying to fulfill that duty, aren't you? Or am I misremembering?
I certainly never stated that I'm trying to be a hero.
Upon hearing this exchange, Dazzlin pipes up and says, "Now look here. There's plenty of loot in there. We can all split it, and you can come out on top here if you just put in a little bit more work."
Thorn scrambles on top of what I assume is this pile of rubble of rocks.
Yeah.
And she just like has her little walk shield out in front of her and her whip in the other hand. Thorn will not be bested by spicy water.
There you go. You heard her. Thorn will not be bested by the spicy water.
Yes, well. That is yet to be determined, I suppose.
Speaking of that, given that we saw it a few times in the fight, am I able to ascertain how exactly the okra jelly was multiplying at all, or no?
Roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. Let's see. This could be bad.
Cool, what a terrible roll.
You are
Listen,
perceiving many not things.
I have a -1 to my perception, okay?
I can see
Yeah,
that.
but yeah, but that's like you rolled a 6, bro. Like
Yeah.
you can't, you don't know what's happening right now.
I know. Listen, give me a box that has a mechanism to figure out how to lock, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you think about it for a little while, and the only thing you can figure it out is that it took damage and got mad and went, "No, fuck you, I'm gonna multiply."
Okay.
Brain bramage.
Great. All right. So we know hitting it can potentially cause it to multiply. Who knows from there? We're just gonna have to hit it real hard and real fast, I guess. Then.
Actually, roll me that perception check again.
Oh no.
Do you even
I
know
forgot
that?
about this.
Okay, that's
Hey,
better.
perfect. So while you're thinking about that, you hear the caw of a crow, and it's like inspiration strikes you. You're like, it got cut. It cut and it multiplied. It's a jelly. It's just the top just slithered down, and it was 2. Slashing damage causes them to multiply.
Sweet. Thorn, do you have anything else besides that whip that you can fight the spicy water with?
Thorn puts away her whip and brandishes a very long, what looks to be somewhat organic rapier.
Perfect. As long as it pokes and doesn't slash, we're good. Do not use the whip on the spicy water jellies.
Thorn is not getting anywhere near the spicy water again. Thorn will not be using a poke stick.
Okay, perfect. As long as whatever you're using doesn't cut. I will look to the crow and simply nod my head in appreciation.
So, what's the plan?
I guess if
What
we
was-
have to go in, at least take the lead. I'll be in the back.
This is God speaking. You should probably rest.
Thorn just like sits on top of the rock, of the pile of rocks, and is like, Thorn needs a minute. Thorn
Okay,
needs many minutes.
fine.
We rest, and then we go find spicy water.
Okay. So I take it, are we doing a short rest then? Or
Yeah.
are we doing... Okay. During that hour, I will bug Daslin to inform me a little bit more about the this evil god of avarice and greed for the dwarves, so that we can maybe understand what could be in here.
You want to know about Abathar? Well, there's not much to know beyond greed. Abathar was one of the evil gods of the Thorben kingdom. We don't much worship him no more. However, he was kin to sacrifices of blood and gemstones.
Hmm.
So most of his temples naturally got raided pretty regularly.
Yeah, have a lot of stains in them. Got it.
Yes.
Are they known for traps at all, or?
Uh, I mean, Abathor is. I wouldn't put it past the god or his followers to protect, their greed.
All right. So we should be on the lookout for that. Someone besides me. My luck is terrible with finding them the correct way.
Find, meet, smell. Got it. I think during this like short rest, Thorna is just kind of like casually meandering about like the area, just like sniffing around. Like she's not really doing anything, so she gets her short rest in, but she's just kind of like, I'm gonna see if there's anything in here worth looking at.
Oh, while you're waiting, the dwarves are bantering back and forth like an old married couple. Um, one of them actually gets frustrated a little bit. Something about splitting the shares with some no good venturers, uh, and leaves to take a walk, they say. That one that leaves is actually Norbus. If you remember Norbus, Norbus was the one who was pretty gruff with you all. He was almost mistrusting, but more cautious of you all than anything else.
Hmm.
Um, you can tell, like, he doesn't want to split whatever they find in here, and they seem pretty keen on finding whatever is left. But as your short rest ends, you are free to continue on as you see fit. Before you to the east, once again, is those double doors that leads into a temple proper. To the north, in between those double doors, is a hollowed out, what once was a secret room. There was a secret door there, and it's just filled with rubble and debris. So,
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Okay. Reginald,
Yes.
you come over here for a minute because we saw this thing go through this wall, and I know that it was able to kind of fit its form through there, which was just weird. But you think there could be a hallway on the other side?
Well, I mean, potentially yes, but at the same time, is it? Are we able to get through there? I don't. I'm not sure. I guess I maybe I need to look. I will attempt to look over the wall to see if I can see where the jelly went
you,
when it disappeared.
would you please roll me a perception check? So you can actually see bits of the jelly, liquid piss, clinging to the wall in a weird solid state. One of the bricks is a bit shorter than the others, you can tell, and is almost recessed about a quarter of an inch. It's barely noticeable compared to the other, you know, at this point, dilapidated bricks around it. It almost seems commonplace there. But you definitely notice that it stands out to you.
Hmm. Well, it looks like it definitely made entry here, and he kind of points towards the brick that he sees. And something about this may give us more detail, perhaps. I'm not sure if it's simply a hole or if it's some mechanism of a type, but this is definitely the point.
With that point of reference, can I actually investigate the recess and the brick and see if there's any mechanism behind it or anything?
Yeah. With advantage, roll me. What would be a good check for that? Not perception for you. Is there a way? Where is
There's an investigation that could work.
Yeah.
Sorry, all these tabs are like split apart now, so I'm trying to look
Yeah.
at your character sheet.
No worries.
Second.
I mean, I could yell at the brick too. That's another thing that could work, maybe.
Open, you fucking brick! The brick said no.
Yeah. Brick says no.
Yep, go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Cool.
Yeah.
2 19s. Wow.
So
There go those.
it's your luck for the evening, I want you to
Yeah.
know.
Oh, no. I'm well aware, especially with this character.
So you recognize that as a common secret switch. You've used them before to, or crafted them before for the various pieces of equipment that you worked on. Much on a much smaller scale for you, for your bits and bobs and your metalworking. But you definitely recognize the similarities.
Okay, so it looks like if we hit this, and I'll go ahead and tap the switch to push it in.
Oh God, give me a second.
Boop.
A door swings open, much like the door directly behind you.
After you.
Oh, no, 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 no. After you.
Can I say that while they're doing that, Thorn, while they're futzing around with the door, Thorn wants to go into this room and just kind of like start sniffing around a little bit. And just like see if there's anything in here that either like smells off or kind of looks off.
You sneeze.
It's
Yeah.
dusty.
The only thing that smells or looks off is the snot now on the walls.
Thorn is Nairi, got it. Then I head back.
You have two paths before you, the secret tunnel and the temple.
All right, let's go. And I will start to head in. Is this tunnel illuminated at all, or is it completely dark?
For the sake of my sanity, we're just going to say that you can see.
Cool.
I'm sorry if that is not immersive.
No,
Uh,
it's fine.
so,
I have dark vision anyway.
oh well, then yes, you can see. Fuck you.
I'm an
Actually,
elf.
all three of you have dark vision.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second here.
We came prepared.
Secret tunnel.
So, this is a relatively untouched little corridor that leads south, and you can see around the bend it leads east. There are trails of slime goop that lead you in a particular direction.
Well, definitely came this way at least.
Yes, that much is for certain. However, do we know whether or not there are more of them down here or not? I don't believe I want to round this corner and find 5 more.
Well, I mean, you were taking notes in your book. Doesn't it have anything on other jellies? Normally, aren't they like solitary hunters or something?
But there were three. Three spicy waters.
2 spicy became 3 spicy.
From
Became 2
your
spicy became 1 spicy.
from your training, Reginald, you know these to be ochre jellies, and you know that they are usually formed by a calamitous event.
Well, I I don't believe there's anything directly in their origins that specifically states that they don't congregate in any kind of large numbers. However, their birthing, let's call it, for lack of a better term,
Disgusting.
usually
but go on.
involves yes. Usually involves some form of calamity of sorts. Something that would be quite effectual, quite ruinous, dangerous.
Hmm. God of greed, avarice, specializes in blood sacrifices. Oh, ochre jellies formed from calamitous events. Yep. Great. Just great.
Yes.
So, Thorn to your north is a door, and to your east is a door. Slime trails lead east.
Can I examine this door and also take a sniff at like any crack that might be in the door?
Which door?
The one I'm next to. I'm not going east yet. I'm looking at this door first.
To the north.
It seems like a very old, cracked framed door with no particular markings or anything of such.
I examine it for traps.
Roll an investigation.
You find a feather duster.
The door is very clearly inordinately broken and has no traps.
I kick it open.
The door has dry rotted and your foot is now stuck in it because you literally just put your foot through a rotten door.
Secret tunnel.
I pull my foot out and just stick my head in the hole and look in the door.
You see a wall.
More hallway.
Well, we all went east. Do we just want to look north and see if there's anything there, or do we want to continue chasing after the thing that we know is going to give us trouble?
What's on this wall? Was it just a wall? It's just a small room.
On the wall before you are stones. Roll a perception check. Yep, just a room.
Secret tunnel.
There is no secret tunnel. What are you talking about?
Just a room, only rocks. She
East it
scrabbles
is, then.
back out of the hole.
East it is, then, I guess.
Before you is a door, the underside of which is wet.
Thorn hisses at the spicy water. Then I will examine this door as well.
This door is not trapped.
Thorn doesn't really want to get her foot stuck in the door again, so she just opens it.
Mm.
I found the spicy water! Thorn found it!
Yep. Before you stands that ochre jelly that attempted to ambush you. However, you can see that it is only in the midst of sort of trying to reach for the ceiling. At your sight, it immediately condenses itself. Please roll for initiative.
Secret tunnel. Oh yeah. Rolling for the fences. Woo! Meanwhile, Hammer Daddy over here is fucking really swinging for the fences.
Nah, what is? Does initiative go negative?
No.
No.
If it goes below 0, it'd just be last on the turn order.
Yeah.
It would just be a 0. Or a 1, I guess.
A 0 with a potential stat tiebreaker, I guess. In case there are more than 1 0.
Well, let's see. Thorn, you are up.
Okay, that one told Thorn not to use whip. Thorn will stab it. So I will run up to it, and I will stab it with my rapier. Wow, phenomenal job, Thorn. And then Thorn will what will Thorn do? Thorn will go away again.
Go away.
Uno momento, por favor.
Mm-hmm.
Thorn's rapier grazes into this thing, but doesn't actually manage to pierce it. So it seems unaffected, other than if jellies could be startled, it would be startled.
Thorn doesn't think it worked.
It jiggles anxiously.
Calm down.
I hate that sentence.
Let's see. I believe that is Thorn's turn.
That is Thorn's turn.
Lionel. How do I say your last name?
Mine, Arany.
Arany. All right, Arany, you're up.
Yeah, the A silent.
Yep. I am going to cast one of my cantrips. And much like before, as he casts this, his arms start to look like they give off steam and vapor as if they have just been clenched in water. And I need the thing to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. DC is 13.
It matches.
Okay. Goes to it. So the spell fails as frost tries to form on it, but does not stick. Shit! Is this what happened? And that will be my turn for now.
Very well. Reggie, my man, my main squeeze.
Squeeze me. All right, so Reginald is going to kind of take a few steps back. And then he's gonna throw a firebolt down the hallway at it, kind of exactly like he's like throwing it over his shoulder at it while he's running away, like trying to run away from the scary jelly thing that they already fought a little bit, but kind of like maybe kind of like that a little bit.
He's not running away per se. He's just running away from it.
Tactical distancing. Oof. Yeah, that is not hitting either. A 9 to hit.
Hits.
Woo! Spicy water. All right.
Your
8 fire damage.
your attack wheels down the hall, somehow missing both of your companions. It seems to zigzag like an RPG launched from a terrorist, but still manages to find its mark.
Excellent. That will end end my turn.
Oh boy.
The
No!
practiced RPG. It's gonna be spicy.
Can I
Yep.
not? Well, Thorn, here we are again.
Ah!
Fuck. This thing smells you. It senses you. It is out to get you. But try as it might to envelop your tiny frame, you're just a little bit faster. Because my 17 just can't seem to fucking hit you.
Ha!
If
Widely
this
old.
this thing hisses at you as the enveloped air that it entrapped inside of it is expelled in your general direction with a
It's after Thorn!
And some bubbles like it farted.
those come out the back end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Constriction, pulling in one direction. I get it. Makes sense.
All right. Well, that being said, Thorn, it is your turn.
Stab it again. Actually. See, now I don't know if I want to stab it because I don't think it did anything. But Thorn, you know what? Thorn's going to try to stab it again.
Clearly high intelligence score.
Yes.
So, God damn it. Your Thorn streaks forward as it's propelled by maybe a little bit of fear this time at the close call you just had, and strikes dead on at this thing's center of mass and pierces what could be a gooey outside, but feels almost like you're piercing actual hide, like the hide of the gators you used to hunt in your homeland. But the feeling afterwards of sliding into it, part of me wants to make you make a constitution save to stop from retching. It slides in easily, and this thing feels it. And so do you.
Giggity.
I think despite not having to roll a Constitution saving throw, I think Thorn does one of those like weird vibraty like shivers like in Ghibli movies. Like all I can picture in my head is when Sen smushes the soot sprite. Not the soot
Yeah.
sprite, the slug under her foot, and she just does that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Thor does. And then she will run away again. She'll like just backpedal and like dive between wow, your character's name. Lionel's feet. She just like
Where are you going?
just like dives between his ankles and just like skitters down the hallway again.
Oh, hell, fuck this.
It's after Thorn.
Well, does that complete your turn?
That is my turn.
Then, Lionel, you have just had a tiny kobold, I'm sorry, lizard folk, sprint between your legs.
I look down as soon as she sprints and see her just dash between my legs, and then I look back and I see where she is, and I just look to the okra jelly. Hell no, fuck this. Not with my luck, no. 5, 10, 15. I back up 15 feet to be behind Thorn, striding over her. And then I take out my crossbow and I fire at the damn thing. Thorn, just stay low!
Just stay low.
12 to hit.
Pew.
Your bolt flies true.
For
God,
8 damage.
damn it. Stop it, y'all.
Level 1. Level 1.
Is that max damage for your crossbow? 8?
It's close.
It's one off.
It's 2 off. 9.
I thought. Well, you rolled a 7 though. So if rolling one more, you.
Oh yes.
Anyway, your
All
bolt
right. I was
almost.
reading the wrong numbers.
You can, because you're paying attention to where your shot lands because you've been trained in how to use a crossbow, you notice that your bolt collides with something inside of the jelly.
I want whatever is in that thing. It sounded like metal.
It does not sound like metal. It just, you watch the trail of the bolt inside of it, and it definitely collided with something.
I'm thinking it might be metal.
There's 0 metal involved in this jelly.
Oh, I'm absolutely positive there is none. But
Does that complete your turn?
hell yes.
All right, then we're back to the main man. I guess the
All right,
third
well-
man.
The third. Recognizing that everyone is effectively running at him now, he is going to do another over-the-shoulder firebolt throw while he recedes down the hallway.
Listen, we learned the first time how to deal with these things.
So 15 to hit, which I assume lands, and then 3 fire damage.
This one sort of arcs like a baseball over your friends and kind of like just lands like a solid baseball that's maybe on fire on that thing. And it kind of just bounces off. But still does damage. There's a little like scorch mark on, the top of its lump.
So receding down the hallway, that will conclude Reginald's turn.
Roger. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Briefly saw Akita.
No, you didn't.
It was quick, fast.
We need one moment. We're gonna go put this down for bed.
Okay.
Intermission. Go get your water. Be back by the time we're back.
Okay. Thanks, Dad. I will sit here and stare blankly at the camera,
Sounds
watching Dee's chair.
good. I'm just standing. I figured you didn't want to look at my midsection constantly as I just move back and forth.
Oh no, that's fine. Like when I do the stand-up desk, I like put this up and I like stand, and I usually am always like I just like
Yeah.
either, like stepping back and forth or rocking back and forth or whatever while I'm standing. So I get it. Hi, Dad.
Buddy, how are you?
Daddy!
All right, intermission over.
It's all ogre.
Yep.
All ogre. Just like this ochre's turn. Haha, Thorn, you're up.
Thorn will stab.
Stubby B. Nice.
Damn.
And then Thorn will run.
She is our strength character.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, this poke and go is definitely.
Yes, you
a good
are.
approach.
No, I'm not.
Compared to me and John.
I am a dex-based character. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I
Let
mean,
me
I
roll.
have 14 for strength, so
Oh, you're stronger than me.
Stronger than me, I think, actually.
that's
Yes,
saying
you
something.
are absolutely stronger than Thorn.
Okay.
Stronger than me too. Congratulations.
Thorn was
How
not
do-
built for her strength or her smarts, so
It's like that Baldur's Gate meme. How do 3 men not have 24 strength among them? 8, 8, 9. So, and I apologize. I guess I should ask. I like to narrate attacks, and if I'm doing that too often, if you guys would rather just cut to the chase, please say so.
No. Go do it.
Nope. Do it.
Have fun with
Awesome. Because if you guys just tell me you shoot a bolt and don't add anything to it, I am definitely going to make it flavorful.
it.
Like this one. You stab this thing, but have learning from your previous strike sort of angle your pierce. So that way, instead of going directly into it and feeling that jelly, you rip open this thing's hide. Its hide of solidified outer gel, which you almost regret and would have lived to regret if you had stayed where you were standing, because its guts sort of forward with another audible hiss of air and
delicious.
maybe liquid. But it is still holding form.
I think when I dive between between Lionel's legs again, I stop just behind him and I like put my hands on his back and I like push him forward and I'm just like, get it.
Fuck's sake.
Does that complete your turn? Are you actually shoving Lionel? Because I think it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
No, it's not an actual shove. It's more of a like Thorn probably doesn't have the strength to shove anybody anyway, so she's just
Lionel
like
doesn't
egging
have
him
the
on.
strength to resist you, so.
It's the baseball game butt slap. Go get him, son.
Get in there.
Yep.
You can do it.
Well, Lionel, you are up.
Okay. I will be like, I really don't want to deal with this thing up front. And I will hold my ground for now, and I will cast once again. And I will cast my cantrip. Frostbite. I need it to make me another Constitution saving throw. DC is 13.
Once again, it matches. Your luck is failing you.
No, no, no! Ugh, kill this. As he casts this and he sees the spell fizzle again against this ochre jelly, as he just looks down at his hands and his smith's tools that he has in his hands is using as a focus. He's just like, oh god, damn it, I'm never gonna escape this. And then I just turn and look at Thorn, and I'm just gonna be like, no, and I'm gonna step right over her again.
I'm gonna stop you for a second because I have special mechanics I have to work through with you. I need you to roll me a d4.
Son of a bitch!
I'm sorry, buddy, but I'll talk to you later about all this.
Okay, that's fine. I love it. 3. Oh fuck! I don't like that.
All right. I rolled a 1. So I'm going to re-roll my Constitution save,
Okay.
and
Ooh.
this time I fail. So what happens here is you go to cuss at your focus, right?
Yeah.
You really look at it, and you're feeling raged, you're feeling frustrated, and in your head, once again, you hear a little chuckle. And I really, really am debating on whether or not to make these vicious mockeries, but for now, you're safe. You recognize the chuckle, though. You're not sure from where, but you know the chuckle. Well, friend, it looks like you beat me this time. Is a
Do
voice
I?
that you hear in your head,
Uh-huh.
and this creature has failed its saving throw. So, please tell us what happens.
As I begin to swear and I hear this voice in my head, I kind of spin my vision around to look, and just as I look at the okra jelly, a just giant cascade of frost covers the thing completely all over, and just starts to slowly solidify it into blocks of ice. So it becomes not a jelly per se, but more okra snow cone.
Does this have any damaging effects to it?
Yes, it does. It takes 1d6 of cold, which I will roll now.
Roll max damage.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
And on it also has the add effect of on its
I'm
next.
gonna go ahead and stop you. I'm sorry.
Cool. No, you're fine.
You cast this spell with such vigor and maybe even a little bit of rage from the sound of your voice
Oh yeah.
that this thing legitimately goes sub-zero. Part of it cracks, a piece of it falls off, and you can no longer sense any life force coming from it. No
Oh.
more intent.
I will just look at my focus and look at my own hands and just. I hate my luck. I hate this.
Thorn,
Ugh.
I would like you to roll me a d20, please.
Oh no.
Oof.
Wow.
Okay. Uh, Thorn, the blast of cold that just emanated from Lionel and the steam rolling off his arms as if, his arms were on fire and water was cascading over them. It sears you a little bit. You manage to sort of cover your face from the blast a little bit though, and you don't take any real damage beyond the sharp shock of what just happened to Lionel.
I think I kind of like smack at him again a little bit, and it's just like a swatting. Thorn, no, Thorn, not spicy water.
Sorry. Shit.
Ah!
uh, the steam quickly coats the floor in a thin mist. But congratulations on your defeat of another ochre jelly.
Lionel will kind of take a moment to center himself and remind himself that you've gotten past it, you can get past this. You've gotten past it, you can get past this. And he will then go over to the frozen remains of the ochre jelly and see if there's anything actually inside them, or if it was more just like a more solid mass of jelly for its nuclei or what have you that his bolt kind of hit.
As you examine this ochre jelly, the way it cracked apart in this ice reveals a starking contrast of red on the inside, of red leather in particular, ruined and beyond any formal use or even real recovery. It's rotted through, dilapidated. It does seem to bear a symbol of some sort, but it's so tattered beyond recognition that you wouldn't be able to identify it if you tried.
Huh. Vestments, I guess. Maybe. Either that or a really shitty handbag.
I look back at Reginald. We win.
Oh, it's dead. Well, wonderful. Yes.
And then I I take a like running leap at Lionel and just scrabble up him like a tree and like launch myself off of his shoulders so I jump over the stupid ochre because I don't want to be anywhere near it. And I just continue on my way down to this room.
This room is partially caved in from earthquake damage and holds nothing of any real value. You can tell that the northeastern portion of it seems to go in a direction, um, or like the room would continue on that way if it wasn't filled to the brim with debris.
Hmm. Huh. Uh, well, we can assume there was a path here. There were only two rooms in the hallway behind us, right? The one to the north and the one that we just came through to the east.
Correct.
You want to take another look in that room to the north, Reggie? You pretty much have the eyes for it, it seems like.
Well, um, Reginald, thank you.
Sorry, Reginald.
And yes, why not? I will look around, as you so eloquently have stated.
Listen, I know what I'm good at. It's not the details sometimes.
He's already walking down the hallway. Were you talking about this room over here, or were you talking about the main
Yeah,
hall?
this room that Thorn walked into.
Okay.
Perception, please. Perceive me.
Yes, Daddy.
I perceive you. It's a handsome boy.
Jesus. Reginald, before you on the wall, you immediately recognize hinges on the inside of this wall on the rightmost side. So, uh, indicating that this is probably another secret door, just because of the way that the bricks are lined up to sort of mesh with the wall on the other side. This is clearly the brace for it.
Well, I do believe we have found ourselves another doorway here, but I want to say it opens towards us. I'm not the greatest with mechanisms, however, but I don't really see a handle of sorts. Maybe you'll have a better sense for it. I don't also think I can just grip it and pull. So
Sure. Let me take a look, and I will investigate the hinges in the door to see.
Grip it and pull, Papa.
He knew what he was doing.
I did.
That was intentional.
100%.
Lionel, because of your expertise with building and smithing,
Mm-hmm.
and even a bit of dwarven construction at this point, you already, as you're walking up, you see the hinges now that they've been pointed out to you. And on the left hand side, uh, where the door would meet the wall, you see a slight, we'll say, half-inch gap where the latch is.
Okay.
And you know that if you slip your finger in there and pull, we'll be good to go.
Mhm.
In fact,
Excellent.
Reginald, it is simply grip it and pull it. And so I'll reach my finger in there and pull the latch.
Very well.
Give me 1 second where I figure out why things are this way in this game.
No worries.
The door swings inward.
Thorn pokes her head around the corner and is just like, that wasn't there before.
No, I mean it was, yes, but it was not open before.
I think she like stares at Reginald for a second and is like, no, that wasn't there before.
Well, yes. Clearly, we have constructed it very quickly, without any noise, mind you, while you were 20 feet down the hall, and now it is open. So proceed.
You're a sassy bitch, you know that?
Yes. As I said, our two characters are either going to get along fabulously or terribly.
Thorn, I see you entering the room. You immediately recognize this as the southern half of the temple that the original two Ochres appeared in.
Does this place have any kind of funky smells? Any funky noises?
Oh, let's see. You don't have a particularly good sense of smell, do you? That's not like a part of your traits or anything.
No, it's not a particular like
Okay.
kobold racial feature.
Then this place stinks of
I mean,
must.
I mean, lizard person.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
This place stinks of must, death, and decay. And dirt.
Lovely.
Delicious.
Reginald, please roll me a perception check.
The old triple D.
Reginald, you pass that square directly to your south and the wall along its eastern side, and immediately recognize the same type gap that you saw before in the double doorway hallway, and suspect that there is another door right there hidden in the wall.
There's another one of these lever thingies that opens here.
I will take a look as Reginald points it out. Does it function the same way as the one we just entered, or is it different?
It functions the same.
Okay. I will look where the hinges are and then look to the other side to find the quote unquote seam of the door. So then I will then run my fingers along it to find where the indentation is for the latch, grab the latch, and pull.
You're on the other side, but I understand.
Yeah.
This is not the hinge side, this is the button side.
Gotcha.
So
So
you
I will
press
then
the
find the
button
button.
and click.
Yep.
The door swings open. Please
Indeed.
roll me a perception check.
Fudge monkeys.
I believe in yourself.
I got an 11. That's pretty good for me, actually.
It's still better than what he rolled earlier. He's
Nope.
progressively getting better.
Nope.
I don't have the top of my fucking bar anymore. What the hell, man? Where did it go? I apologize, y'all. I need
Oh, it's all
1
good.
second.
Nope.
You mean
You're
like the
fine.
little? You mean like the little DM page thing for the scenes, or the maps? That
Uh,
bar or a different bar?
the DM page for all of my tokens, for all of that shit.
It's under the little I think it's the paintbrush now or something, but that's missing from the top of your right hand side panel.
Yeah, so like I had to scroll all the way up to in because I was in the chat channel for me to get that top bar with the paintbrush and whatnot.
So all the way at the very, very, very right where the scroll bar is, the very, very top has a little thing with a triple line in it that like embeds over where the scroll button would be for up. If you just like hover your mouse, it should kind of pop out a little bit. If you click it, it should pull the whole panel back out, hopefully.
No, that just hid the panel, but I got it. I got what I needed.
Okay. Are you talking about the one on the left-hand side? Because there's a collapse expand button on that side too for the tools, if that's what you mean. But
No, I was talking about the one on the right.
okay.
Can you all see that?
Yes.
Great. Roll
Yarp.
initiative. Hold on. Wait. Don't roll initiative.
Hold on, wait, don't. It's gonna eat you.
Waiting with bated breath.
All right. I think I've got it set up so that way you guys can roll now. Go
Yep.
ahead.
You do.
Boop. Yes. Improvement.
How am I still first in the fucking turn order?
Because I went up by 1 this time.
You also have to remember that the 3 batches of stats that I rolled for this, there was a batch that was literally 3 8s slash a 9 somewhere in there. So my overall average, I put in like 2 stats to have really high. The rest are middling. Besides my wisdom, that one is not good.
Clearly, I come from a good lineage then.
Yeah, you come from good stock. Congratulations.
Well, Lionel, on the ceiling, 10
Mhm.
feet up, you recognize another ochre jelly.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it says the same to you.
This one can talk. That's not good.
it really just it farts at you.
Nice.
Rude.
But you do speak, it does sense, and it does drop down. Thorn, you're up.
Uh. So are we using the ruling that moving through people is 5 feet or 10 feet?
It's 10 feet of movement.
Okay. Thorn does not want to go anywhere near this thing. Thorn's action is that she's gonna pick up a rock from nearby and just throw it at it.
Roll a d20 and add your dex modifier. Jesus, of course you would. Fuck you.
Yeet.
Yeet!
Now he has to look up how much damage throwing a rock does.
Well, I mean, it would be. Yeah, I assume it's gonna be like
It's like a D1.
One.
It's like one damage or
1d4.
something.
Please roll 1d4 and add your strength modifier.
There you go.
hit it.
Oh! Are you kidding me?
Sniper rock.
All right. Would you flavor this or do you want me to?
Feel free. Go ahead.
So, Reggie, you have the best view of this. Lionel's kind of just staring in disbelief at another ochre jelly, kind of mad about it.
Yeah.
While Thorn sees it, immediately nopes the fuck out, goes to turn and maybe leave, but spies a pretty decent sized hunk of fucking something. Picks it up, yeets that motherfucker straight through Lionel's spread legs. Lionel, you feel that one. You know, I mean, it kind of sack taps you.
Comfortable.
But it beams into this ochre jelly with, I mean, the rock shatters against it. Like it just, the jelly is kind of shocked as it reverberates again. And God stares at you in disbelief.
Thorn is the best ranged paladin ever.
All you other ranged paladins out there need weapons. Thorn is a weapon.
She has rock.
I think she throws the rock and sees it hit it so squarely, and she immediately slips her little hand drum out from her belt and starts like doing a little war dance behind Lionel. And that's Thorn's turn.
All right, Lionel.
Fuck
Maybe
this.
take a second to recover.
Ugh. Pain. And then as I am breathing in and out deeply, I am going to take out I'm going to use my light crossbow again and try and steady my aim and hope that I hit. Okay. Wave of nausea did not cause me to miss, I think, with a 22.
Please roll your damage.
9.
Look, our party is already fucking sick of these ochre jellies.
I should have killed y'all when I had the fucking chance.
My bullet just sails straight through this thing, aims right for the spot the rock hit, and just goes right through.
Combo. So yeah, it does. Your bolt actually rips through what you recognize now as red leather, and yeets it out the back of this thing and sticking into the wall behind it, or the crumbled part of the earthquake.
Okay, good. Excuse me, you two. I need a second to breathe. And I am going to 10, 15, 20 as I move backwards and breathe in and out a little bit more deeply as the final waves of pain of that sack tap finally get out of me. I'm just like, okay.
Somewhere a raven is laughing.
Thorn, I don't think Thorn understands basic human anatomy. Like I feel like lizard folk are built differently, you know what I mean? So I don't think she understands what's wrong with Lionel right now. I think she's just kind of giving him like a weird look, like, what the fuck is your problem?
Okay, I'll be fine in just a minute.
Well, is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Reggie.
All right. Reginald is going to get a little bit of distance to be able to get a vantage angle at this thing. And then he will lob some fiery action in at it around the doorway.
Please roll max damage. I need this triple to happen.
Wow, a hat trick. Jesus Christ.
Can't believe y'all hat tricked me. Part of me just wants to end the encounter literally because like all three of you hit the exact same spot on this ochre jelly across 7 seconds and it just explodes.
It was super effective.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that.
Perfectly fine.
So, would you like to flavor this?
Yeah, Reginald basically just kind of backs up to the wall and looks around the corner where he can see it, and then he kind of like pointedly like throws his hand like he's winging a fireball as like a rock, around the corner and in at it. over the head of Thorn, and it finds solid purchase in a very sensitive and consistently struck location.
Part of this thing, I want you to know, is now mutilated. Like you guys never thought to, well, Reginald, maybe you, but uh Lionel and Thorn, you guys never thought you would ever see the anatomy of a jelly. You didn't even think that a jelly had anatomy, but it very clearly has an outer, harder gel portion and an inner squishy nuclei area that's just now leaking out of a gaping, mutilated hole on its front.
Why does that thing have guts?
It's kind of like Jello if it's left in the fridge too long, and like the outside of it starts to like
Oh.
harden and dry out.
Oh, ew. Not tasty.
Reginald, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Phenomenal. You guessed it, everybody. We're gonna move another 10 fucking feet. Hold on, let me figure out how to grab my token now. There we go. 1, 2. It's bleeding. I want you guys to know. Like it's trailing a constant like bucket's worth of grit. Because you gotta think that this thing is a large creature condensed down into this space. That being said, all right, little demon.
Thorn will brandish her poke stick and come forward and stab it.
Jesus. We've become masters at dispatching
Y'all having a
the
fucking
jellies.
giggle now?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Level 1. Level 1.
So much rock attack.
This thing is angry. It is seething with untold, unbridled rage. You actually poke this thing so fucking hard that you cleave it. Like, your poke literally is like a shotgun blast to this thing, and its upper half separates briefly before collapsing back down on itself like a fucking animated cartoon. And out pops the rest of that red leather to your feet. However, does that conclude your turn? Are you going to stand there?
No, I am not going to stand here.
God damn it.
Thorn leaves. 5, 10. Thorn's going to go over here. Yeah, okay. All the while, she's like backing up, but she's like still doing her little war dance.
Gleeful.
Okay. I am going to use my light crossbow again, since it seemed to work so well, and being much more steadied now after the wave of nausea has fully passed. I am going to steady my aim and hope that my crossbow sight is true. 16 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
5 in a row. Are you serious right now?
Apparently. Oh my god.
What is
Hey,
happening?
I don't know about it. So,
I
tell me where you aimed on this thing. Because
think
most of it's already mutilated.
Show me on the doll.
should be. I think if I see it trying to form what looks like a part of it to actually like attack something, I am going to aim for the thinnest part of it, just so that my bolt goes right into it and severs that part from its body, and it just slops to the floor in a big puddle.
This thing takes the damage, and you can sense the defeat in it. Like a part of it falls off. It kind of like around, and then it just kind of like chooses death. It chooses to just let go of this heinous life that God has thrust upon it.
It jiggled anxiously before dying.
It kind of deflates. Like I'm sure you guys in Final Fantasy have defeated the Flans,
Yeah.
and how they kind of just like deflate. Bleh. That's what happens.
Feel worse if it didn't look so unappealing when it did that.
Congratulations on yet another victory.
Um, if I can, I want to take a look at this red leather and also the piece that's kind of stuck to the wall that my first bolt had hit. I take it that whatever symbol is supposed to be on this is still unrecognizable given the possible years of digestion it's gone through.
Reginald would tell you that these ochre jellies can only dissolve flesh.
Hmm.
However, that being said, the clothes are relatively untouched. They're old and wet
Mhm.
and soggy and probably should be destroyed if they had gone through any kind of movement, but they're remarkably well preserved. Even the jelly that's still coating them as you pick them up, you recognize these as priests' vestments. The symbol on it is that of. Hold on while I remember the name.
Abathar, was it?
Abathor.
Abathor.
You recognize it only because it resembles the faces of those statues that were outside.
Oh, the
Well,
mean ones.
yeah, definitely looks like calamity befell the priests here. As I kind of hold up the vestment to more readily show the symbol.
So
Did they try to eat the spicy water too?
They became the spicy water.
Yes, they are the spicy water.
Thorn, like, if a kobold could frown, she's like got this disturbed frown on her face.
Yeah. Don't try and taste the spicy water human remains. Dwarf remains.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of it is really dwarf anymore, but yes. Do not sample the spicy water, as you so eloquently put it.
I'm gonna launch myself off a Lionel again, like a deranged squirrel, and just kind of go through this room.
She reminds me so much of my younger brother. It is terrifying.
Thorn, before you, you can actually see remnants of that same avalanche or earthquake that wrecked this temple in the room that would have been southeast of you. You can actually see a portion of that room from here, just the very tip top of it. It partially blocks your pass passage through the remainder of the tunnel, but you being a small creature, would have no problem walking through this. Lionel, on the other hand, being a broad, strapping young man, might have to squeeze. Reginald, the only thing that you have to worry about is brushing your robes against the side.
Icky.
And you said it just leads back to the other area.
It does not.
Oh.
So this one seems to lead north and then northwest, from what you can see.
More passage.
Oh, great.
I poke my head through. You squish.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Son of a bitch, what a time to be this.
Thorn push. Thorn pull.
Thorn should just go forward. This is gonna take a minute.
Reginald judging from the rear.
As Thorn easily slips through this, Lionel is going to shimmy, squish, and squeeze as best as he can. I am sure with the way his luck plays out, every single snag that he can hit, he will hit. Even the ones he sees coming and he tries his hardest to avoid, he will snag some part of his leathers or his tool set on them and have to stop for like a good 10 seconds to remove them so that they do not rip and make his outfit or coat even worse for wear than what it is.
Surprisingly, you make it through unscathed.
Ugh.
It is surprising.
Okay, good. Everything's still in one piece. Good, because I need this fucking coat.
Thorn, please roll me a perception check.
Thorn's not good at those. Actually, I'm okay at those.
Let's say you're better than me.
Thorn, as you pass, can y'all see that ping?
Mm-hmm.
As you pass that square, you think you feel a bit of a draft. Maybe your inordinately large ears pick up the echoes of your footprints echoing somewhere they shouldn't.
I think her ear, like, I think she, as she's walking, she feels the draft, and like her ears pick that up, and just the ear on her right, just like pivots, and is like a satellite dish in that direction. Weird wall.
As Lionel is trying to squeeze his way out of the final part. There should either be a button, or if we're on the side with the hinges, there's a latch on the opposite side of the hinges. Just pull the latch if you feel it, or press the button.
I think she just stares at him.
Oh, fine, I'll do it. And I look to find it.
I'm not going to make you roll for this one because at this point you're experienced with it. You easily find the button in said wall now that you have an idea of what to look for.
Okay.
I assume that you are going to press it.
Yes, I will press it.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
We are in a tiny ass hallway.
So before
Please.
you, yet another hallway.
Thorn, what's up near your end? Anything we should be aware of?
Thorn scrambles down the hallway to look.
Thorn, now that it has been brought to your attention what to look for before, you notice a set of hinges and an iron bar on the right hand side of the wall directly to your west.
More doors.
Son of a bitch. All right. Do we want to deal with these doors first I'm looking at, or deal with yours?
She comes back.
We'll deal with these ones first then. I will go ahead into the middle, and I will try and open the door to my north.
Door opens, not being locked and being so worthlessly dilapidated that it couldn't bar a rat, and swings open for you. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
An empty stone font juts out of the southwest wall. A stone wardrobe against the east wall holds the rotted remains of 2 suits of red leather armor that you recognize as the vestments that were inside of the ochre jellies.
I will take a peek in this room. Looks like it was just where some of the priests kept their armaments, or maybe a bedroom at some point.
Please roll me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Perceive with your special eyes.
Special. Yeah, real special.
Hell yeah.
I want you to know, like, I've made the checks progressively easier as this
I
has
know.
gone on.
I know.
Man,
I got a 2. It's
for
a
the
1.
fences, bud. For the fences.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're blind.
There's rock in here.
There's rock. There's a busted up wardrobe with a bunch of red leather armor. What's in the south door, you two?
Well, right now it simply looks like a door.
Thorn opens it. She'll go in.
Half buried in the rubble here is the skeleton of a priest wearing rotted red leather armor. You can tell that he was killed when whatever happened here happened, either an earthquake or avalanche, maybe both. You, Thorn, recognize this as the same room that the that you found your second ochre jelly in. Your first encounter for the evening.
Mm. Dead priest. More door. I open the other door.
Uh, please roll me a perception check before you.
Oh
go.
no. Look, we hit real good, but we don't see very good. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, go on. What doors are you going to?
I was gonna go out this door, but
I think that's just the door that we came through.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay.
I'd like to say that to the east, Reginald, um, the rest of the hallway that goes down that way, you can tell continues on. There's a slight gap at the top that you can tell leads into possibly another room, but to clear the rubble out would take several hours of work or days.
Well, we're clearly not going this way, I can tell you that.
Mm. Well, Lauren did say she found another doorway back down that other hallway, so we can take a look at that, see where that goes. But that might be the only way forward otherwise.
I'm sorry, you guys are going to northwest there of
Yeah.
Thorn?
Mm-hmm.
Where that other doorway was that she spotted, she said.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and open that for you since you all know what you're doing with these doors. And voila, you are back in the main temple. Thorn, go ahead. Thorn and Lionel, please make me perception checks.
Okay.
And Reginald.
I think they got it, but I'll roll a dice for
I will make
ridiculous
sure that
effects.
they understand what they need to look for.
So, Lionel, you don't actually see anything.
Ooh.
But, Reginald, you pick up what Lionel misses. I'm going to start with Lionel. Lionel, as you're passing, getting close to that pillar to your southwest,
Mhm.
you think you spot something, but you immediately dismiss it. Reginald, you sort of see the same thing, like you think you spot something in that pillar, but you actually immediately pick up on it. Your eye, for some reason, honing in on a single small brick that looks like a button.
Ah, this, it's quite well hidden, I might add, but it looks like this may be a mechanism of some kind here as well.
What?
Yes, I understand. Yes, very easy to miss, understandably, but this right here may be a mechanism.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Um, I will take a look at it. If it's just as simple as a button, I will just go ahead and.
I like that Reginald has like big dad energy. Like he's just like supervising his kids. He's got like a really young kid and like maybe a slightly older, like awkward teenager.
uh, so you press this button, and there's a
Yep.
click from inside of this pillar. Uh, it pops open, and out fall several dwarven skulls.
Oh.
Now, as they tumble out, you notice a small glint at the very base of this pillar. And as the final skull sort of rolls forward, it's somehow locked in a menacing, evil grin, staring up at you. It sort of plops right in front of this tiny little chest, grinning at you.
Oh, that's macabre. Nope. Don't like that. Why'd I push this button again? That is purely a sign of evil. No.
Well, better you than me.
Great. um, so is the glint coming from the skull itself, or is it still in the pillar?
It's the chest at the base of the.
Oh,
There
it's
is
a
a
chest.
yes,
Okay.
a small coffer.
Um, I will take a look and make sure that there is nothing like holding the coffer in place, or it's not even more secured, a la traps or anything like that, before I stick my little hands in there.
Just a coffer. It's actually
Okay,
made out of stone with metal lining on it.
interesting. If I can, I will go ahead and pick up the coffer. And does it appear to be locked in any way?
It is not locked. It has a latch on the front of it, but the latch does not bear a lock.
Okay. I will go ahead and head over to this small little dais that's right in front of me, and I will put the coffer down on top of it, and then I will open up the latch and open up its lid and see what's inside.
You sure, buddy?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna hurt, I know.
All right, man. Inside, you find 15 gemstones,
Okay.
all of varying sizes, but pretty close to the same size.
Huh. Am I able to identify? So they're all just gemstones of some type.
Yep.
Uh, nothing of real value to me anyway. There's a bunch of gems in here. Might
Treasure?
be what? Maybe might have been what Dazzlin and Norbis were after.
Yes, I'm sure the dwarves would be quite pleased to know that we found this.
You, having worked with gemstones before,
Mm-hmm.
uh, can estimate that each one is worth about 10 gold pieces.
They're not badly priced, but they're not anything extraordinary. They're worth probably roughly about 10 gold a pop. Give or take, maybe, depending upon the cut and the merchant that they would be sold to. I'm not sold on taking them because all the skulls that proceeded to roll out, and that one right there, as I point to the one that's just like still pointed face up, almost as if it's looking at me and grinning at me. Don't like that shit.
Well, perhaps he didn't like you.
Feelings mutual. Fucker.
Skull's actually not there now that you've taken the chest. So, you have a stone coffer with 15 gemstones inside of it. I'm going to now move on to Thorn's discovery.
Okay.
Thorn, as you passed the northernmost wall, I'm actually going to, yeah, that one. You'll never guess what's there.
A button?
Another button.
These dwarves and their buttons.
No, Diddy, no!
I think Thorn. I think Thorn excitedly pushes the button this time. I think she's like, I think it's my turn to push the buttons. Nothing bad is happening when I push the buttons. She'll push the button.
Woohoo, another hallway!
Hallway.
Okay. I will close the lid once again and latch it, and I'll just leave it here for now, since we know where it is. I'm still freaked out about that skull. No, thank you.
What skull?
Shut up. You'll understand when you learn more.
Do you open the door? Dare you open the door?
I'd like to examine the door first.
It is as old and dilapidated as all the others.
I open the door.
Is a door.
Door is open. You find, oh my god, a room. It has 3 stone beds on the far wall.
Hmm.
Roll me a perception check. Hey,
Hey.
you find another door.
So many doors. Thorn hits the button. Opens the door.
You recognize the same chamber you were in previously.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
Well, that looks like a bit of a circle.
It does. Wonder if that was it then.
Well, perhaps we could certainly go let the dwarves know that things at least appear to be safe, so to speak, at this point in time.
Yep. Might as well. We did our part.
So you all are done in the temple, I take it?
Yeah, we're gonna head back out into the main hall, and I'll look outside the main hall, and if I happen to spot Dazzlin or Norbus somewhere hanging around here, I'll signal to them to come into the main area for the cathedral or whatever it was.
One second.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
This is the part where we find out the skull latched onto my ass with its teeth, and now it bites and chomps down hard.
You just have a new
No, but-
tattoo.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have an ass skull.
Okay, let's see. So, as you make your way out, the two stone walls that are leading into the temple and out of it, you see Dazzlin. You all can see Dazzlin, right?
Yep.
He's pacing back and forth in front of this area. Why can I not grab you, you stupid bastard? He looks maybe frustrated, maybe worried, maybe anxious. Can't really tell. But when he spots you, he waves you down immediately. Ivan, what's the word?
Should be all clear. We did find something of value, but otherwise it's just a bunch of old priest vestments from when they fucked something up and turned into jellies.
We found a stone tablet out here, chronicling the event of Abathor being displeased with a month's worth of sacrifices and turning the whole lot of them into the ochres. But
Explain that then.
you, you all found the room of greed then.
Well, room of greed? I'm not entirely certain, but we did find some gems inside of a coffer of sorts. It was in a room. Perhaps that is the room of greed.
Daslin's face kind of droops a little bit, but then perks up at the gems.
I mean,
Well, let's see it then.
Well,
it's inside the main
they're in
cathedral.
there, behind us.
You left them?
Yes.
Well, Lionel wasn't touching that shit.
Right then. And Daslin damn near sprints past y'all to get to these gems. He picks them up and eyes them a little greedily. Aye, what is good haul here? And you all didn't find there should have been another room here. Most temples have a room, a sort of treasury.
I mean, we explored as much as we could. We found a bunch of secret doors, but there's a couple of hallways that are completely blocked off with debris that would take a while to clear. Like what's a week, several days at least, Reginald? From what you saw?
Yes, more than likely. And that particular coffer you have there was located just right over here in this pillar.
Hmm. Can you show me these secret doors then? Did you all shut the doors or did you all leave them open?
I think we left them open. Just
Yeah,
because
I
we
don't
were
think we would
walking
have
around.
closed them.
Well, Daslin starts tooling around this temple. He makes no mention of your payment, though.
And we haven't seen hide nor hair of Norbis at all, have we?
No.
Okay.
Thorn is just kind of like casually following him around. Just like watching what he's doing.
Thorn, you watch as Daslin reaches this location, and he proceeds to kind of gauge. Uh, he climbs up to the top of this little blockage and peers through the tiny hole that's up there. He slides down, grabs his pickaxe off his back, and just starts going to town on this place. Mumbling something about it's back there. I know it's back there.
Thorn just kind of gives Reginald a look. I don't know what to do with this guy.
Well, it's clear in here now, safe enough, I'd say. If there's nothing further, I believe we'll be heading on our way.
Dazzlin, didn't you say there'd be some kind of payment? Also, where's your partner, Norbis?